Hey guys, so I'm sorry um for this vantage point, the way the camera is set up, but I'm in the car again because your girl just has to work, and I told you guys that I'd be hopping in to do some readings today. So while I am in between showings, I'm gonna go ahead and just start recording stuff so I can make sure I get everything done, real estate stuff, and that I don't delay on giving you guys readings, because I promise I did not realize that I hadn't done a reading in so long. I felt so horrible when I realized it had been so many days, but that time just seemed to go by, because it's like I did that Carisha reading and then it was a week later, and I still feel like I just did that reading 2 days ago. But anyways, I didn't. It was like 7 days ago. Since this is like a little pop-up reading, I did go through my comments to see what some of the requests were. And the first three that I noticed were, hold on guys. Somebody asked me about Chloe Bailey and Beyonce's relationship. I got a couple requests for updates on Halle Bailey. I didn't know I had so many Halle Bailey fans here. And then I got a request to do Nicki Minaj and Drake's relationship. So I'm probably just gonna do like quick one card pulls to see what those relationships are like for all of them. And then maybe I'll come back later today. I probably will come back tonight once I get home. Excuse me, and do like a full reading or two. But this is just to give you guys some content for now. So I'm gonna start with Chloe Bailey and Halle. Chloe Bailey's relationship with Beyonce. I'm gonna ask how Beyonce feels about Chloe, actually. So, Most High Mother and Father God, please cover me while I do these readings today, and clear my mind, clear my vision, so that I can see, hear, taste, feel, smell, and divine everything from spirit. May these spirits and people that I call up in this reading keep nothing from me. Please compel them to speak to me. Beyonce, talk to me about how you feel about Chloe Bailey. Beyonce knows. Beyonce. Spirit, how does Beyonce feel about Chloe Bailey? How does she feel about her now as an artist that she manages, I believe? How does Beyonce feel about Chloe Bailey as one of her artists under Parkwood? Is she happy with the way Chloe's career has shaped and formed itself? How does Beyonce feel about Chloe Bailey, Spirit? I hope you guys are well. I hope you guys have been well. Please put under the comments, talk to me about how you've been. Have you been good? What's been going on? It's Mercury retrograde. It's an eclipse in a few days. What y'all got going on? Beyonce is so focused on her career right now that she is thinking about Chloe. However, I think that whatever Beyonce feels about Chloe, she feels like they need to go back to ground zero. They need to go back to finding themselves. I said this before, but I wouldn't be surprised to see another Chloe and Halle project, because I think that Beyonce did not want Chloe to launch herself when she did and how she did. But I think that Chloe wanted to do her own thing, and Beyonce gave her the respect. Everybody says that Beyonce should have done this and that. But what I pick up is that Beyonce had everybody mapping out every career decision that she made and molding her image for her. And while that helped her, I think she couldn't wait until she got to the point in her career when she can kind of do her own thing. And I think what she wanted Chloe to do was succeed and fail on her own. I think she gave Chloe the autonomy to make her own mistakes and find herself, which is why, and Beyonce, I believe, did. Parkwood did give Chloe a map that they thought she should go, that they were ready to support her in. I think that Chloe was the one who had a direction that she wanted to go, and Beyonce said, fine, we're not going to push her. She has to learn on her own. That'll be a part of molding her as an artist, learning on her own. She wanted to do things her way and didn't want to follow our advice. That's fine. I don't agree with this, though, and I'm going to let you go out there and do your own thing. I won't sabotage you, but I won't put my stamp on it, because this is what we had for you that we thought would work based on our experience, but you wanted to do your own thing. And so I do think that Chloe is back, kind of trying to refine herself and fine-tune things, because she did learn the hard way. I also see that Chloe is in a contract with Beyonce. So even if Chloe does feel a little salty, she can't go anywhere. And Beyonce knows that this as well. I do think they had disagreements, and that right now they could just kind of be at a weird place about Chloe's music and the direction that she wanted to go in. I don't think that Beyonce supported the way Chloe came out. She didn't think that would be a good start for her. And I would have to agree with Beyonce, because I think that they had a more wholesome idea for Chloe. And I think that they were playing the long game with Chloe's career. But Chloe wanted to be an it girl. She wanted to be like she was doing, I don't want to be old and outdated. This is the future. You guys just don't know. And Beyonce thought, no, I do know the future, but I also know how to sustain you on the trajectory into doing things new and fresh. Chloe didn't want to listen. The disagreement between them was with Chloe's project, her initial project. Beyonce and Parkwood did not agree with the way Chloe presented herself. It wasn't what they had planned for her, but they allowed her, as her own artist, to find her own wings. I think that Chloe also did get caught up in the hype of what everybody was saying online about Beyonce supporting her. But Beyonce said, I won't support this because I don't agree with it. I don't like it that much. I don't like this image for you as one of my artists. But I'm not going to hold you, sis. And then it's kind of like Chloe start listening to things online and her peers and feeling like, well, Beyonce didn't support me because she's, jealous of me and all this stuff. No. I don't think Beyonce was ever jealous. She just didn't want to listen to Beyonce and Parkwood's creative direction. I also think that Chloe was probably doing things behind Beyonce's back for no. There was something going on here. Beyonce and Chloe's relationship is on ice due to differences, creative differences. I'll just put it at that. I don't know if Chloe has a sponsor who also is trying to help her evade whatever agreement she might have with Parkwood. It seems to me that Chloe has let people get in her ear outside of Parkwood, and it's almost like she got upset with Parkwood for not fully supporting the way she wanted to go, but Parkwood had already had it mapped out. And I said this on my community tab in a reading that I've done on them before. When Chloe decided not to listen and be rebellious and do her own thing, they said, well, Haley, we'll go ahead. You know, Haley said, I'll follow you guys' direction. They had something more wholesome for those girls. Chloe took the Parkwood package and it worked for her. I mean, Halle did. Chloe wanted to be rebellious and do her own thing, and they let her, but they just didn't support her. And then that's when Chloe felt like they did her wrong, because she felt like they should have supported her. But Chloe, you can't tell them, after they've put their foot behind you and their business behind you to support you, after they signed you and they said, this is what we want for you, and you said, I don't want to do that because it's old and boring and everybody's doing this, and they said, yes, but we know how to make you a mainstay instead of making you just temporary. And she said, yeah, but I think I have the right to, trust my own artistic direction. And Beyonce said, okay, all right, do you. And then she said, you can do you. You can have your own creative direction. I'm just not going to put my stamp behind it. And Chloe said, thank you. That's fine, because she thought she was going to be right. But then when it backfired, she started looking at Beyonce sideways too, like, so you're really just going to leave me out here to fend for myself? And Beyonce said, yes, bitch, because I told you I didn't agree with this, but I let you do your own thing. And now Chloe's mad, and now it seems like she has been infiltrated by other people. And so she can't reconcile with Beyonce's vision for her because it's too much bad blood now. That's Chloe and Beyonce. And it's all because she wanted to be fast and flip and do her own thing, and that's fine. But if you ask for the right to do your own thing, then you got to roll with whatever comes with that. And then you can't backpedal and ask somebody to save you after you didn't want to take the route that they planned out for you because you didn't think it worked. When your route didn't go the way you planned, then you started wanting them to put their machine behind you. But she said, no, I didn't agree with this for you, but I did respect you doing your own thing as a woman and an artist. All right, update on Halle. I don't know what I'm asking about, but Spirit, what is the current energy with Halle Bailey? Her life, her career, her relationship. My subscribers would like to know. What is currently going on with Halle Bailey? Spirit, is she enjoying motherhood? Is her career doing well? Have they found their footing between their work and home life balance? Spirit, can you give me a quick Halle Bailey check-in? Seven of Swords. I don't want to say one of them is cheating, but somebody could be. King of Swords. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Halle has her eyes on DDG for something. And this feels career oriented. It seems like could be cheating too. Somebody could possibly be talking to someone while the other party is traveling and got caught. Methinks that everything isn't that sweet between Halle Bailey and DDG. Methinks she doesn't trust him in multiple areas. Something about her career. It's like something that she possibly is watching him to see if he is trying to gain opportunities from her or sabotage some of her opportunities. And there's also this distrust about while she's gone or while he's gone, who he's talking to, texting. It seems she could have possibly confronted him about something, about who he was talking to, and he could have possibly bought her gifts to make it better. DDG bought Halle Bailey gifts because he was talking to a side chick and he didn't want to lose his family. He got caught. Something else about his opportunities that he doesn't have. I'm actually surprised to see this because I don't think much about them at all. They're not my audience. They're not my peers. They're but I don't think that this relationship is going to go the long haul. It's almost like Halle is starting to either resent him or look at him as an opportunist. Something about he tries to get opportunities off of her clout when they're together and they're just supposed to be networking and doing things or having fun. It's supposed to be just fun, or they're networking. For Halle, it's almost like DDG does the most to put himself out there or try to get connections with Halle's friend circles and things like that. He's trying to get opportunities from her, and he's also allegedly possibly talking to other people, other women. And Halle is starting to notice that. Me also thinks that she is stalling getting married. Me thinks that DDG would like for them to get married. Me thinks that Halle, even though, or Chloe could be telling her not to, because Chloe is a Cancer. Chloe could be telling her to stall or hold off on the marriage because he's in it for the wrong reasons. Me think that Chloe is telling her sister, don't marry him. Hold off, stall. This relationship won't last that long. I don't know how long, but it won't last the long haul. Because DDG is up to things, and Chloe and Halle don't trust him. Allegedly. And Nicki and Drake. I'll ask about how Drake feels about Nicki because I know that people think that he is an op to her. So we'll just find out if he is an op to her or not. Spirit. I'm sorry, you guys. Spirit. How does Drake feel about Nicki Minaj? Are they good friends? Are they just cordial label mates? Is there bad blood between them on one or both of their parts? Does Drake secretly dislike Nicki Minaj? Does he knowingly behind the scenes dislike Nicki Minaj? Spirit. How does Drake feel about Nicki Minaj? What is their relationship like? But how does Drake really feel about her? I know that they did a song together. They just did a song together for Pink Friday too. I think that Drake used to be sweet on Nicki Minaj. I think we all know that. At some point, he did want to get with her. I don't know if he still would if he could. Methinks Drake still would be with Nicki Minaj if she would have him. I do see that she turned him down for a relationship. This is either a relationship offer or a project in the past. And he didn't like it. He didn't like it. I think he really liked her. He had fantasies about not just the fact that he liked her, he liked her physically, but also he thought that they would be a good match and that he could benefit from being with her. She turned him down. don't know how he feels about the fans not liking his song off of Pink Friday 2. Either don't like it or... This was some song that they did together that they didn't put out, or... It's almost like he's still salty maybe about something, but because they're label mates, he did this song with her off the strength of being label mates. But I don't think that they are on good terms. I see Sexy Red here, and I say that because of the Queen of Wands. All this red in this card. Knight of Cups, he played. He wanted, no, Drake wanted Nicki Minaj. He wanted to be her man. He thought that he could, actually, he wanted to be with Nicki Minaj so that he could be the power behind Nicki Minaj. Like Jay-Z got with Beyonce, and they both became more powerful. However, Jay-Z got with Beyonce because he wanted to be the power behind Beyonce. Well, it's the same thing with Drake and Nicki. But Nicki was thinking, I am the power. I am my own power. So she wasn't looking for that. She wasn't looking for that. He had plans for Nicki. He could possibly do things to annoy or trigger her, like aligning with her enemies. I see that. Aligning with her ops so that she can see it and feel away. It's almost like put her on edge because he doesn't, you know, if she sees him with Lotto or something like that, now she's nervous because she doesn't know what kind of chess move he's trying to use against her by aligning with her ops, kind of like what Jay-Z does. It's something like that. He does do that on purpose to get a rise out of her. He sees that it worked with Jay-Z. He saw that it worked with Jay-Z. Drake, I see men trying to create their own version of Nicki Minaj. I've said this before. That is what the hate train is for. It's about business. It's not that personal. It's business. It's Nicki cut all of these powerful entities out of her deal. She's not under a 360. She makes the most profit from whatever she does, and she allows other people to partner with her and get a cut, but they don't own her. They don't take the lion's share and then give her peanuts. She says, I take the lion's share and then I distribute according to everybody's job, fair and square. That is why these entities are gunning for her, and they always will. It's not personal anymore. And the women that they put up against Nicki Minaj, that's not personal. These girls are puppets, and they do what they're told by their bosses, because they all went to create versions either of Nicki Minaj, if they could align themselves with her, or anti-Nicki Minaj's, because either way, Every stride that Nicki Minaj takes, it opens up the door for another female artist to do so. It opens up the door for labels to monetize off of their versions of the female rappers. They don't care about female rap. They want to capitalize off of it like Nicki Minaj does, but they can't do it through her. So they all had to just create their own female artists to come and get bags off of. Maybe they all can't be at the level of Nicki Minaj can, but they'll find a lane and an avenue for all of them to monetize off of all of them. So Drake is doing the same thing. They're all just trying to find their own formula to take out Nicki Minaj so that they can monopolize the monopoly of the female of the industry, the hip hop industry that she has, because they're predatory. They want the bulk of it. How dare a woman become her own powerhouse and her own gatekeeper? So all of them will do whatever it takes. If they can't beat her, if they can't join her, they'll try to find a way to beat her. That is Drake and Nicki Minaj's relationship. Nicki is okay with Drake. She's at a peaceful place because Nicki is her own entity. So she really has no reason to be in a negative space because she's not signed to anybody. She's not fighting a man to get out of a contract. Nicki fights machines that come to try to take her out because she's a problem. If Nicki is gone, then the monopoly that Nicki has on the female rap and the hip hop industry, they can all slice up what she has and divvy it up amongst themselves. And these are the men. They don't care about their artists. They don't care about these girls. They're just trying to make some money because they couldn't make it off of Nicki Minaj. And you guys benefit from it because you guys get a variety of music, and that's fine. All the girls have to get in where they fit in. Either they can work with Nicki and benefit, and for the ones who can't, they'll try to find a way as her op. And then the men who also see an opportunity to get in on this female rap, they'll just find which one of these female artists they can, invest in their career so that these men can take over these women's career and start moving them how they want to. So that is how Drake feels about Nicki. Nicki is in a good place with Drake. She just doesn't want him coming for her, and she would like to ignore the efforts because of where she is. It's almost like she feels like, I have done so much in my career. I don't really have to fight for a spot like these girls have to. They're in an earlier stage in their career where they have to fight for their throne, their crowns, and their spots. I don't. I'm doing a victory lap right now. So I'm not going to engage with the attempts to take me out. At this point, the industry would have to off Nicki. They can't use another female rapper to take her out. They'll have to off her. And right now, it's still not an incentive for them to do that because they can still do business with her. I said this before when I did that. I accidentally read Nicki. She put herself in a place of protection because at this point, it's not more lucrative for anybody to take Nicki Minaj out permanently because they don't own her. So the only people that would benefit from her not being here is her family. They benefit from Nicki Minaj being alive because they can either find a way to do business with her and they'll have to humble themselves and bow to her because she is her own entity, or they still can monetize themselves. They still find it lucrative to empower, invest in other female rappers to rival Nicki, either directly or indirectly. So that's how Drake feels about Nicki. I can't join her. I'll try to beat her the Jay-Z way, and that is to align with her ops, invest in her ops, so that now they're under my ownership, and now I can move them around as a chess piece against Nicki and to spite Nicki and to get money off of anti-Nicki, since I can't be with Nicki, and get money off of her directly. And that's probably why she decided not to date men in the industry, because she knew that any one of them who were trying to date her was just trying to align with her so that they can make her their pawn. And she didn't want that for herself, because Nicki wanted all the power for herself. And so Nicki is all right with Drake, but Drake is always doing things to spite Nicki, because he just found that I can't join her, I'll try to beat her. And he found that Jay-Z invested into one of Nicki ops, and he took her out of a bad situation, invested into her, shined her up, and then start playing chess with her so that he can get money off of the anti-Nicki crowd. Drake will do the same thing if he can. All right, love you guys. Bye. I'll probably be back later.